Are you kidding me? Listen, I know it's like 1 a.m. and I know some of you have probably just left the Baxter extreme stream extravaganza. But what did I just see? What did I just see? What did I see? I got a snack, I got a drink after my stream. I roll up, I'm like, what's going on here? Baxter's still live? What? Katie's on? I couldn't take no more. I mean, I was gonna leave, but then Katie's gay pride flag showed up, and I was like, might as well stick around for this. Can you guys, what? What did I just listen to? Listen, to be fair, I'm a little delirious right now. I'm really overtired, okay? But like, what did I just hear? Where do we start, guys? Oh my god. Hold on. Do people really believe the FBI is involved in keyboard warrior bullcrap? Listen, man, I don't know what to believe anymore, okay? First and foremost, okay? I I really wanted to believe in Uni. And you guys, you know me. You know me. I will be the first person to tell you when I make a mistake, usually, okay? In some 9 times out of 10, to be fair. Okay? I wanted to believe in Uni, but after seeing a couple of moves that Uni has made and paying attention, I am like, I don't know what to believe. I don't know. And then I hear Katie saying, oh, Little Red, she's involved. No. Flip a desk. Nope. No, I didn't flip any desks, but I thought about it. Little Red, what? Because one time she held a stream on her channel that Katie didn't like, so now she's involved. What is even happening anymore? What is even happening anymore? What? This makes me question everything. So there's no like legit proof of anything yet, right? But we have Uni saying this, that, the other thing. We have Katie saying, but when you ask Katie a tough question about evidence, hard, factual, hard hitting evidence, you get nowhere really. It's like, well, I know that like this person helped this person and like they like didn't do this and like they helped this person. And one time at band camp, like they had a stream about me that like I really didn't like. And yeah, my gay pride flag was taken over by zombies that one time. What is happening? It's all speculation. It really is. And to me, I saw a couple people getting a little frustrated with me because I'm asking about Erin, right? I'm not asking about Erin because I care about Erin because I think she's a horrible human being, but I want to know. I want to know if this whole Erin thing is legit, right? I do. And I don't and I love Waxy. I love her dearly, okay? I do. Waxy is not a liar by any means, right? None. But like I understand there's these screenshots and I understand there's like I don't know. It doesn't sound like real like and not just from Waxy, from Katie. Okay? I'm not just talking about Waxy. I still don't have like a clear answer. Like I would have thought the way that Katie and Uni have been talking, right? The way that they have been talking, you would think that they have factual proof from the FBI, right? Or whoever, okay? You would think that they have stuff to back up what they're saying, right? So far, I haven't really seen anything, but what they're saying is easy to believe, right? Right? Because we all know these people are kind of crazy to begin with, right? But I'm starting to like take my bias hat off, right? And be like, okay, let's pretend for a minute that, you know, I don't have it in my head already that I think these people are guilty, okay? What am I going by here? Because you say so, right? And Katie, ooh, Katie, you make me mad. Katie, you showed up on my doorstep and took a giant Katie Joy shit on my doorstep, and I don't appreciate it. I don't. You came to my page, commented on my page, and then attacked my guest who has been sticking up for you, all because It's gotta be you're from the state, Jenifer, you're from the state. So she threw it all together and pretended like it was real life, and it wasn't. And I know it's not, right? So if she'll do that with you, who else is she doing that with? If Uni's willing to share this accusation about you, how can I believe the rest of what he said? How? How can I believe this, you guys? It doesn't make sense for Charlotte to get attacked by Steve or Tina. I don't know. I'm gonna drop a link. I know it's mad late, you guys, and we're all probably really delirious, right? But if anybody wants to come on and share their thoughts about this crap, yeah, pop on in, right? I don't get it. I don't get it. Little Red, when she started bringing up Little Red, so she's already done the Jenifer thing, which I know has got to be BS, right? Which, like I said, if I'm wrong, I'll apologize. Don't think I am. I had an Instagram live about it the other night. 2 days in a row I mentioned it, right? Hi, Jenifer. What's up?
Hey, love.
I don't get it. What do you have to say about that, huh?
Like I said earlier in K's, my whole thing right now is I wish she'd just stop saying names, you know? That's the problem, you know? And I honestly feel as though she's trying to take control of her life back. And I get that, but please just stop saying names.
That's the thing. Should any names be being said at this point? That's what I
No.
don't understand. And to
No,
that
it needs
person's
to go to
comment,
law enforcement.
I just had a comment. What does it matter to your real life? Blah, blah, blah. Listen, dude. All due respect, I don't know how long you've been here, honey, but honey, I've been covering this stuff for a while.
And to
For like
answer what
6 months. A lot of us have. We've been covering this for like 6 months. So, I mean, it matters to us because we've watched it all unfold in real time. Does it matter to my real life? No, not really. But hey, it's my hobby. I probably shouldn't care about this, but I do. Hi, everybody.
and
What's
for
going
some
on?
of us, it did involve real life. That was my
Yeah.
real life.
Yes. You're right. I'm sorry. I should have mentioned that. It was very real life for some of you. Yes, absolutely.
Sorry, guys. I'm going to just go on a quick rant and then I'm going to go
Sure.
to bed.
Okay.
But, Jenifer, I'm so sorry that, like, people should have showed support to you sooner. It's so obvious that you're innocent. Also, I just want to say that now, after that stream, I think Salts is kind of allegedly for entertainment purposes only. I think
Mm-hmm.
Salts is trying to cover his behind, right? And I just think that they're literally like trying to pull the wool over even Katie's eyes. I think that Nat's get much less involvement than she has because you can't. So I think everyone that's defended Nat or like got in touch with Nat or like posted tweets for Nat is now getting the blame shifted. Other than Little Miss Noble, I think she's involved. But now, like, I don't even know about what I think if Steve's involved. I just don't know what you think. I just think nah is at it. You know what I mean? So, but night guys, I love
I
you,
love you,
but
hon.
Love you, Julie.
Nat's incriminated herself. I mean, there's too much evidence pointing to her doing the threats, and she's saying she was framed before. Bill, how many times can somebody be framed? Like, oh, sorry, right, I'll go to bed, right? But night, night.
Night, night, hon.
I know.
Night.
When Nat had her good night, Julie. When Nat had her video up, right? Which, if you're standing by your word, Nat, you know why did Nat? Hey, I missed that part. Maybe I missed it. I don't know if they talked about it. Did Nat talk about why she took her video down at
Yes,
all?
she did.
What'd she say?
She showed stuff she was not supposed to show.
Mm,
She broke the
interesting.
narrative.
Interesting.
It
Very
sounds like some of
interesting.
from what I understood, it had to do with the emails. The Tina email was supposedly spoofed. I don't know, if that's a narrative or if it
Right.
truly was a spoofed email. But
Who knows?
it had to do with there was things in that she went off script. She apparently.
Right.
So, like, my whole thing is, why are we listening to her?
For real.
How many times does someone have to change their story up and then be like, okay, guys, no, for real now?
Exactly. And then she's playing mad dumb at the end, like, Katie, who sent the death threats? Who? I mean, I can't even do her accent. I'm struggling to try to do it, but like she's playing dumb. Like her listening to those two go. Oh my god, go back and forth. I felt like I was at a circus. Dun 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 dun. Dun. Like yo, get the popcorn. Where are the monkeys? What's really going on here?
At one point, whenever I had turned it on, you couldn't even understand what she was saying, anyways.
I will say when Pickles was on,
I
I
agree.
think Pickles got a lot more out of her. I you know, it's hard telling. I mean, she does sound scared. You know, I do think she's scared, and obviously it's not legal because they can't go against her legally. She did sound scared to me, in my opinion. You know,
Right.
I
Julie has a comment that says, I just think Nat is much more guilty than Salt wants us to believe, allegedly for entertainment purposes only. You know, and I keep saying this too, and this is nothing at Salt. He's got a job to do. He's a good lawyer and he's good at his job, but he also has a reputation to protect also, you know? I mean, what are the odds he's going to come out and be like, yeah, you know, Nat, no, he's going to try to sweep the net. In my opinion, if I were him, I would try to sweep it under the rug as much as I could. Do you know what I mean? I'm just saying.
and you know, that's the thing. He has to be thinking, God, what did I do? You know, this is somebody that's a high profile attorney, and he has to be like, did I really get this person involved?
Right. Did
You
the
know what I
ends
mean?
really justify the means?
Yeah. Yeah.
Hell no. Yeah.
And see, and did she mention that she like turned it over to the FBI or something? Like,
Nat,
I don't
yes.
get it.
But but you know, I wonder when. I think it's more recent than it was before. You know, I think it was said that it was turned over before, but I'm not sure if that's the case. But I
well,
do
no,
believe they have it now.
she said that she contacted them and was like, "Hey, here's this stuff." Well, my issue with that is that the FBI doesn't handle cases like that. Any international stuff the FBI does, it's to protect an American asset.
No, she turned over the information because of the open case, because they're already handling it, and the death threats were to,
Daisy.
I think because they're connected to what I think.
Hold on, the FBI has a cyber crimes unit, so if you're committing a crime online, they have their own department. So you're
Yes.
so I mean,
So who
listen,
did
I'm
she
new to
give
all
it to
this.
though? Because like, there's not an office in London that's going to be handling that.
They said
So,
she did it through Zoom.
Well, if she's cooperating and trying to just hand over what she has, then I'm sure she probably gave them access to her electronic devices because she's overseas. She was probably like, here are my passwords. You can go inside. Do you know what I mean? Like, if that's, I don't know. I'm just thinking out loud about how that could go down. But
She said that it had gone to her local police, the FBI, and one other, maybe attorneys, Salts, I think it was.
this just seems like a lot of money for them to be spending.
I know I know. I'm
For
gonna have to
something
agree.
of this magnitude.
I agree. I agree. I'm just really upset that Katie and Uni and they passed this off like they had it in the bag. Do you know what I mean? Like they passed it off like we got it in the bag. We know who you are. Blah blah blah. But when you
And they
start
knew
asking
nothing.
questions, yeah. But when you start asking questions, it's like, well, I saw this screenshot this one time. I don't get it, guys. Granted, I missed some of it. I'm not gonna sit here and say I listened to the whole thing because I didn't. But I think I heard enough to know that this is very very strange. Listening to those two, and you know, Katie's such a. Ugh. And Sue M is a clam. Okay, I'm on my own stream now. I'm sorry, Kay Baxter. I wasn't trying to be disrespectful, but I really don't care about Sue M. She's a clam. However, where was I going with this? I can't believe Katie's gay pride flag showed up. That was entertaining. I still want to know who that is. Yo, tell me if you're out there, Flaggy, let me know who you are. That was so funny. But yeah, freaking when Kay said, Katie, can you tell me how to put slow mode on? I laughed to myself because I laughed and I heard Katie like kind of chuckle a little, like, and then she just changed the subject. I'm like, you really think this lady's gonna help you? Are you serious?
Well, I mean,
I
we
will
know she
say
knows how to do that, though.
Of
Katie
course she
was
does.
respectful. I really appreciated that. Everybody was pressing her for an apology to me, and my statement to that is she said, I'm not involved. Let's be honest, that is the best I'm going to get. And to
Yep.
me, that's enough. I don't,
Yep.
some people that's in their nature. And that's all I wanted. I just wanted my name out of it.
Mm-hmm. I
Well,
don't
and
blame you.
she
And you're not going
exhibited
to
the
get in the
kind of.
Oh,
I'm
sorry.
sorry.
Go
Go
ahead.
ahead. Well, I was going to
You.
say she exhibited the kind of behavior you expect from her. So
Yep.
what she did with that yesterday did not surprise me. What surprised me was how other people took the information presented to them by someone like her after spending years talking about how untrustworthy she is and
Right.
turned around and believed every word out of her mouth.
Mm-hmm. Highly disappointed in some people.
Honestly,
I am
that to me
highly
was more
disappointed.
painful. I'm not going to lie.
Yeah, I think Jenifer, if I were you,
The live stream last night, I will never forgive. I will never forgive that. And those two people, I will never forgive.
my friend here says, I was a social worker for years and my husband is an attorney, so it's interesting to hear our fields being discussed so inaccurately. But it's interesting. Yeah, I'm sure you're getting a kick out of this too. And I don't know, man. I don't get it. I don't get it. I don't get how this has been passed off as we know, and then it's like, well, we know because, well, when she ever said Little Red, I was like, that's it, man. This is a joke because the reasoning behind that was so KJ logic, I couldn't even handle it. I'm like, wow, wow. Yeah. So I don't get it. I don't understand. Julie, I'm glad you're asking this question, guys. I don't even know. I had tried to get in contact with Waxy and missed her phone call. I never figured out what was really happening. Julie wants to know too. Why was Waxy so upset? What did she get? Like, I don't even know. I wish I ended up talking to her that day, but like, I don't even know. Do
I
you
don't know.
guys?
She didn't say. There's apparently it was something bad, and I mean, think about it. She hasn't really been online in like 2 weeks. Like since all of this went down, she hasn't really been online.
I thought that she wasn't online because of what Bozo the clown did. I did not think it had to do with anything that related to this. I was kind of shocked.
She kept pressing on Aaron.
Yeah, she
So
sure did.
I think that it's because Aaron weaponized a certain creator.
Right, right, right.
So, yes.
Yeah, I get that. I do. You know, I do. But he's his own person. It's hard for
Oh,
me to. It's hard for
he
me to see past the fact he's his own person. He's gonna be. He was awful before Aaron. He'll be awful after Aaron. But I mean, it's just difficult to hear her that upset. I love that lady. I mean, she's a freaking saint in my book. I mean, Waxy is somebody who anybody that goes after Waxy has a few screws loose. She's the nicest, kindest person. Kind of like when everybody went at Charlotte. It's like, what are you doing? Like somebody like me who's half the time a big jerk. I mean, yeah, come from, but like these nice, innocent people. When people go with them, I'm like, what are you doing? What are you
Yeah, I
doing?
mean it made me sad. And unfortunately I missed some of that because, we were doing your live. I don't know what Waxy was saying in the comments, so I don't know quite why she was so upset, but she clearly was, and it broke my heart.
Yeah, I was taken aback by that. I'm like, what did I miss here? Because as far as I knew, she wasn't getting like the messages Charlotte was and stuff like that. So whatever happened to her has to be pretty recent, and it's really sad that somebody, would do that to her. I just can't wrap my mind around it, but I don't know, man. But that was that was just a joke. Hold on. Let's see. Waxy and Charlotte, I believe every word they say. Yep, yep. Let's see this one. This one says not falling for the KJ shit that was said on K's channel. In my opinion, KJ is KJ and no one else. I can't with that liar. Yo, I hear you on that. I hear you on that. I think a lot of us felt that way. And K Baxter has the patience of a saint. Because
And let's be like, honestly, I think yesterday, that whole thing with her, or a couple days ago, I know who you are and start naming stuff, was her absolutely showing that she did not know who anyone was. And that's why she ran with Jenifer's name, because she thought maybe a guilty party would contact her. I think that was her diabolic Disney Channel, I'm going to catch the bad guy plan with those tweets.
Yeah, Inspector Ratchet over here, thinking she can figure things out. I don't believe it for a second. When that's when I knew that when that happened, that's when I knew. I'm like, this is just a big bag of dicks. Like, like I can't even. I know, Julie. I feel bad for Waxy too, hearing her that upset. It was awful, but yeah.
Back when Katie thought I did it, and I will tell you that the emails that she sent to me, because it was, email followed by "this is a federal crime," email followed by "this is a federal crime," and of course, I'm not wanting to see this shit. But I will say they were bad. Like, they were really, really, really bad. And so that's why I extend some grace, because if she's been going through that for a long time, and it sounds like this preceded the Nat situation. If she's been going through that for a couple years, I would probably have a screw loose myself. I'm not gonna lie. Those were some of the worst things. I want to know what human being can put that onto paper. I don't understand.
See,
EKC.
my thing is, I don't even check. Like, I mark all my notifications as read on my email because I hate seeing notifications. So I would never even know if somebody sent me stuff.
I'm
Me
the same
either.
way. I have like 15,000
So
unread emails.
We all know
FYI,
me. We all know me. I wouldn't even open that.
I would even mark it as read, so I'd never even attempt to try and go back and read it. So
Yeah.
FYI, anybody out there, that ain't the way to do it for me.
Mm-mm. I
Yeah.
admire people that open all their emails. I could never.
No, I'm like right click open or right click mark as read. That way the notification goes away, but I ain't reading all that. I know if I have an email I need to look for, like, when is my Amazon package arriving?
Yeah, that's pretty much me. Yeah, I mean, I literally have like 15,000 unread because I'm too lazy to go through and clear them out. My email's been my email since 2004.
Good point. Nat's reaction to hearing about Salty's civil suit was interesting to me. Then she said because it was LMN, but she has a lot tied up with LMN. I don't know, it just felt weird. That moment was very weird. I completely agree. When she was like, wait, what? Huh? Yeah, I don't
Yeah,
know, man.
I don't think she realizes how much trouble Little Miss Noble and Dustin are in. I think she has no clue. And
Who is
that's what
Dustin? Who's
Dustin,
Dustin?
okay,
Is
Dustin
he the
is
EMT guy?
that's her friend.
Huh?
That's Little Miss Noble's friend. That's the one it sounds like has some computer background and may have been the one that was helping with like the computer side. That's my understanding. But yeah, that's a friend of Little Miss Noble. But what really bothers me is these are all little pawns. They're all freaking pawns, and the people that are pulling the strings are right now still wandering around loose, and they don't have anything on them. And to me, that's disgusting. They're still
Yeah.
out there.
Nat's microwave says, I love your name by the way. Nat should be scared of the civil suit.
It doesn't affect her.
I was
They
gonna say,
can't do
how
anything to
why
her.
would she be scared? Am I missing something?
What Katie
Nat's
said.
microwave is actually in pristine condition. It's never been used.
Use it. What Katie said, which is probably true, the only thing that can be done to Nat is they can put an arrest warrant if she comes to the U.S., but there's really not a lot that can be done over there. And
So I
that's
know what the
probably
waxy
true.
things happening behind the scenes, Susan, but like usually I talk to her offline. I'm surprised I haven't heard about this. This must be new, man. I'm just worried about her. I really am. Waxy, if you're listening, call me, please. Oh, I don't know why somebody would do that.
I don't either. And a lot of this, it all ties back to, I'm sorry, it comes back to Aaron.
It does, and
As
I think a
soon
lot of
as
people got misconstrued thinking I was kind of sticking up for Erin when I'm like, show me the evidence. But like, I get it. I agree. It all points back. A lot of this points back to her. But like, I don't know.
I
I'm
mean,
disappointed. Like,
it's
KJ.
difficult to gauge her level in the grand conspiracy, but she's sure pulling a lot of shots right now.
Yep.
If someone says cult, I'm gonna break something.
Okay, Lisa says, but Waxy being on the cosign with KJ was saying that's the problem I'm having. The cosign with KJ, do you mean like sticking up with her about these other people? Because I think we've all kind of done that on this side in a way. I mean, I know KJ's someone asked me today, like, why are you sticking up for KJ in a roundabout way in a question on Instagram? And I'm like, look, it's not about sticking up for KJ, okay? It's about right from wrong, and just because KJ is a bad person doesn't mean I'm gonna play along with this, like, cult stuff and play pretend and think that Nat, was never to be questioned and stuff. Like, I can't, like, I think that that's more of a co-signing thing than anything, sitting back and playing pretend. Maybe I misunderstand the question, but, like, um, trust me, Waxy does not like KJ. And KJ's like, yeah, I know you. You hide behind that stuff. And I'm like, Katie, shut up. No, you don't even know what you're talking about, Katie.
Yeah, I think Katie's a bad person. That doesn't mean I have to be one too.
Right. Exactly. What Katie just pulled off with Jenifer is a perfect example of who she really is. Because we also have to remember this too, right? A lot of people have been sending Katie information, right? Which that's a story for another day because even though I don't like the woman, I don't think I personally, and I know some of you have, I would never go out of my way to try to like help her. Do you know what I'm saying? And a lot of people have done that, and her response to that is to be thankless and to throw them out there too. And this all comes back to her being a narcissist, having narcissistic tendencies, and not being able to really show human uh, emotion and being. I know she's going through a lot, but she showed no appreciation to anybody who's gone out of their way to help her with this. It's
For
like,
the
oh,
last
thanks for
two
the
years,
information.
for the
Yeah,
last 2 years, if someone has tried to help her, she blasts it out for everyone to see, so that way they know not to trust her, trust whoever helped
right,
them. She's
right.
like, "Hey, look, this is who your friend is," and they, don't trust them. It's like,
Well,
lady, you're playing yourself, or you like being the victim. That's all
she
there is
showed a
to it.
screenshot. She showed a private screenshot of a conversation between someone and me. I know who turned against me because of that. And at that point, I'm like, I'm not going to give her anything else. I gave her the Dottie video, but I'll tell you what, when I saw the screenshot from my private conversation on her Instagram live, which, I have a grudge against the person that turned the conversation over, but I'm also upset that they were trying to help Katie, and because that screenshot's out there, obviously I know who did it. And I think that's wrong. As a reporter, as someone that's, trying to, you respect the privacy of your of the person that gave that information to. Does that make sense? To
Mm-hmm.
literally provide that screenshot, that says to me, oh, that's the person that gave it to her, and that's not
Yep.
respecting the privacy of the person that gave it to her. And
It's not.
to me, that's very bothersome.
Yeah,
um
like, it's good for you because you know who obviously you can't trust now, but also now you know who you obviously can't trust. So whoever was giving Katie information is probably not going to have any more information of which to give.
exactly.
Thankless. So not only does she not give an F about, protecting them, she's thankless. Like anything anyone gives her, she's like, yeah, thanks, and she takes it and blasts it, and she's like, screw you after that. That's the impression I get from it. I don't know why anybody would. I don't
She
know
plays
why
herself.
anybody. You played yourself, right, Katie? She plays herself all the time, but I don't know why anybody in this circle of the community would go out of their way, right, to take something that went on with Jenifer and give it to Katie when Jenifer has literally given you no reason to ever do something like that. I am highly, highly disappointed in some of these people. Like, I can't believe the gullibleness, just the way how quick people are to just like run with things just because it's convenient at the time. It's just insane to me. This whole thing really has shown and still continues to show a lot of people's true colors, and the people that are playing behind the scenes and doing this is just disgusting because their whole goal was to like discredit Katie, and all they're doing is giving her more credence to be a victim and whatever it is else she's good at being at. Like, the amount of times I heard the name Steve, like, I don't know. I want to see real hardcore evidence. I do.
And
That's
and
the
you know, Uni
frustrating
never
thing.
shows that. He
No,
never
he's not going
shows.
to. He's not
You
going
know
to.
what's interesting about Uni, and I'm going to say this. Last night, part of me, something in me wants to like Uni. Maybe it's the fact he's silly. I don't know what it is. But last night I waited in his stream for Chesh to come on, right? And I was like, yo, this girl's a no-show. She's obviously scared. So today, when I had a few minutes, I went to her live stream because she was streaming while Uni was quote-unquote waiting for her to come over, right? And I watched the end of hers, and she literally was waiting for hours, and she kept getting excuses. She had her DMs right up on screen for everybody to see, and she's like, look guys, they're not getting back to me. Like, he was
But that
supposed to be
was
here
why. That was
he was
why.
supposed to be here at 6. He was supposed to be here at 8. He was supposed to be here at 9. Now it's 10. Da da da. And I was like, I kind of don't blame this girl. You know? It's like, I'd probably feel aggravated too if I were her. And listen, I don't know nothing about Chesh, so don't come for me. But like, I'd probably feel aggravated too. And like, the way he made it seem was, oh, she's a no-show, da 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 da. And I'm like, what is really happening here? You know? And you're right. He made that whole stream that night like, we got him, you guys. We got him.
And you know, like, I don't forget all those streams he used to do whenever he was friends with Katie Joy, where he's like, I've never seen her do anything mean at all, by turning the videos off right after her intro starts.
Yeah. See, I don't know much about that. I know he stuck up for her. He shouldn't have, blah, blah, blah. But you guys
He
know
didn't
more
just,
about that.
yeah, he didn't just stick up for her. Like, he had a whole channel just dedicated to, like, rebuting anything anyone ever said about her. Like, no, it didn't happen. As, like, you're watching it with your own two eyes. He's like, nope, that's not what you're seeing.
Wow. Gaslight extravaganza, huh? Jeez. Yeah, I know. I get the vibe in this community that a lot of people just don't like the guy for like they're like he never has evidence. Everyone's yelling at me in the chat the other night, and I'm like, I don't know. He sounded pretty sure. Like, cause he talks to Nate the lawyer, and I love Nate the lawyer. I think he's adorable, and like I want to believe that like yeah he's helping too and salty, and I want to believe he has reliable stuff, but. It doesn't even sound like KJ does, so how the hell would Uni have reliable stuff if KJ don't even have it, you know? But anyways, yeah.
She
So I
can't
didn't
tell
want to.
us, but she could tell him.
I know. Well, I don't think she said she told him. I'm pretty. She said he's telling the truth, but it makes you
Oh no,
wonder.
I
And
was
like
just making a joke about how she said she
oh,
couldn't tell anyone, but
oh yeah, yeah. And
except for
if
him, apparently.
speaking of that, Stacy. Speaking of that, this is all under investigation, and it's a big, active investigation taken very seriously. Then why are you talking about it? Why are you talking about it right now, Katie? Why? It makes no sense to me. Wouldn't her lawyer advise her not to do that? Just saying. Not that she would listen, because we all know she don't, but I don't
Well,
get it.
I'm pretty sure that my twin would advise me not to do that, so I've got someone to hold me accountable.
You know, I don't know, it just, the more that this goes on, the more sense it don't make. It's like we thought we had a conclusion. It seems a little rusty on that conclusion, and I think we'll just wait, but
Every time
that,
I finally start to believe there really is an FBI investigation, something like this happens, and I'm like, okay, see, I knew there wasn't an FBI investigation. This is too crazy.
I know. And Katie's not doing herself any favors at all. It's like okay, we believed her, and then she went off on this one and that one. It's like, all right, now you're right back to KJ. Now we don't believe you. It's like,
Well, I mean, here's
stop
the
it.
thing. I'm a perfect example because of what she did. Resources could have been put on me that could have been done to somebody else, all because of how she worded things. It made me freak out. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and then I
So,
have this comment. Did anyone else see Leslie Bass in chat trying to make it about her? Listen, Freedom Fighter, I have to kind of like sympathize with her. She holds a lot of anger from what things that Katie has done to her. Do you know what I mean? The lies that Katie has told. So I don't blame her. She had an opportunity to let out her, air out her grievances, and she took that opportunity, and I can't really blame her for that. But Katie's done a lot of nasty to her.
And you know what? It's all kind of the same stuff she did to Jenifer yesterday. She gets in her head that she knows who's being mean to her, and she doesn't care if she has proof or not. She'll blast it, not like with no care that she has this huge audience. She's like,
Right.
yep, it's AZ that's been making these fake horrific screenshots
know.
about me this whole time. Everyone go get her.
Right. You said I love LB. She's emotional. Yeah, I can't really blame her. I'm an emotional person too, so like, I get it. I do. This Leanne says, no matter what way you look at it, both sides reinforce KJ. Let's think about it. Without these people, do you think KJ would still have a channel? It's thanks to Amber Portwood, let me tell you. If Amber Portwood wasn't such a crazy bitch and she didn't grab the frickin' machete and chase Andrew around, I don't think any of us would be having this conversation. Thanks, Amber. Just my opinion, but anyways. And KJ, what did that say? And KJ was all emboldened from K treating her with kid gloves and went off on LB too. Yo, I know. She was taking the opportunity. Now, meanwhile, I'm writing in red, like, yo, what do you have on Erin? Just ignore, ignore, ignore. Oh, well, I see LB in the chat, and I gotta block her. Me, like, it must have drove her nuts that she couldn't block people on the stream itself, because,
We're all
she
just
loves.
lucky nobody called her a goober.
Oh, God.
Wow.
Steve was horrible to LB, but LB was kind of sticking up for him. I saw someone else say that, Stina. I didn't really catch it though. Did you guys catch that?
About what? I'm sorry.
Do you guys think that LB was kind of sticking up for Steve? I saw someone else say that too.
I mean, she wasn't like really in the same way that we were saying it was bad what people had done to Katie Joy. She's like, hey, I don't like Steve. He's done some gross stuff to me, but I don't think he's involved in this intricate of a scheme.
Right.
But
I don't know
I
what
mean,
to believe.
because they keep weaving these giant, crazy CW-ish webs, nobody knows what to believe.
Right.
I feel
And you
like
just
they are.
toss people in there, like extra people. Like, yeah, this one too. I don't like her. She's in there. It's like, come on.
Like, all the soap operas got canceled, so all these people were like, all right, screw it, we're going to make our own.
Right. So Shelly says, LB, was telling the truth about what he did to her. She was. I mean, she wasn't lying. I don't think she was. So, do not worry, be happy, says, Elle doesn't think Steve has anything to do with the D threats, and I agree. I mean, I was thinking that too, right? Because, let's be honest.
Steve thinks he's way smarter than to do something like that.
I'm sorry, say that again?
Steve thinks he is way too smart to be caught doing something like that.
Do you think that he's stupid enough to do something like that?
He's too busy using a thesaurus to write really long tweets to have time for that.
Yeah. I don't know. I wonder if she's using this to go at the main people she don't like, It makes me wonder. I don't know anymore. Do I think these people are guilty? Yeah. Do I think all of them are? I don't know anymore.
Well, here's the deal. My husband and I were just talking about this. We will get answers. I think we will get them very soon. And the reason I say that is Katie said the case has been moved to Pennsylvania, which is where Little Miss Noble and Dustin are. You know what's going to happen, right? It's going to be start talking and we're going to give you reduced charges. We're going to get, the names are going to start coming out. As soon as the FBI starts pressing them, as soon as charges are pressed against them, I'm sorry, you saw that video. She's going to squawk. She is going to crack like an egg.
Oh, yeah. Do not worry, be happy, says, now remember, everybody, you saw this yourself. If it does end up being Steve with proof, I'll give you a $20 super chat. All right. Well,
I will not. But
I will not, Steezy says. So GTA and opinions, my buddy Trevor over here from GTA says, I'm sorry, but I don't think Steve or Tina are behind this. Interesting. I love reading all people's ideas.
Tina is involved in a lot. I mean, I'm sorry. Anyone that has notebooks and files I'm sorry, she's obsessive. There is no reason for that. Like, get a life.
Yeah. Well, I was thinking too, because I'm trying to think of every perspective here, right? Like, I know for a fact that lady has files, but like, what if the person that wanted to be sick and do all this was like, yo, I know this lady has files, maybe she can, give me information that I can use and weaponize. I mean, I don't know anymore. I'm trying to think of any little thing. I'm trying to flip everything around, upside down, inside out. You know what I mean? And then GTA says, don't go to Massachusetts or New Hampshire. Our states don't need to be tainted by this mess. For
Dude,
real.
I didn't want Kansas to be tainted by it.
For
Jeez.
real. No, at GTA, Steve was here. He was in Boston.
True.
I
No,
wonder why.
And that's the thing, is that Katie will never need like to have to give an alibi. She'll be like, just check with my group. They can tell you exactly what times I went live that day, on which social media platform, so I obviously could not have committed the crime.
Right.
No, this is the gross thing. I need, here's something that people need to think about. Whoever implicated me, they took time for this, because the 3 police stations that they listed, that was back in March. That was March, and then they do a VPN in Atchison. That's not a coincidence. So they planned this back in March, 4 months.
So Captain T says, leave Tina alone. We could say the same thing about people being obsessed enough to make videos about KJ. Okay, Captain T, I don't think you understand the extraordinary measures of data collection. Okay, like some of us had discords with Katie's tweet bots in them, whatever. Like, yeah, I would screenshot some videos, screen capture videos, and make fun of them. But when I tell you extraordinary measures of record keeping, who she talked about in the video, whatever, I mean, it's question. She don't even make videos. I mean, she has a channel, but like, how many times did she use Katie footage in her videos? Like, what is the reasoning behind this? It makes no sense to me. You gotta understand, like, it's so extreme that, like, it makes no sense. It really doesn't.
And she has said that. She has said that she has, like, she's basically said that everything that Katie does, she is documenting.
Literally.
To me, that's problematic. That's very, like...
And I've never made a video about Katie, so I guess I can call whoever I want obsessed, right?
Yeah, and I remember now, like, when I talked to Tina, like I said on my Instagram, Tina was never rude to me. Tina and I had good conversations. I got along with her. She wasn't a jerk. She was very intense about the quote unquote community. Never did me wrong. Was never rude to me, nothing, right? But when somebody says now in retrospect, like, oh, she's involved, a light bulb goes off, and I see all these little things that just add up that make me go, yup, I believe it, more so than anyone else in the community, just because of the extreme measures. That's why, it's not because, like, me personally, in my opinion, I'm not out to get Tina, and like, but it's like, it's the only one of the only people that makes sense to me. So when someone says it, I'm like, yeah, I mean, sounds about right. Like,
Well, think like, I can't even remember what I did last week sometimes. I'm like, I don't know, it was like Tuesday or Thursday or something when that happened. Imagine knowing somebody else's life in that kind of detail at the drop of a hat, being like, yes, I can tell you exactly what she did on December 22nd, 2019. Give me 2 minutes.
Yep.
That's
and not only is she
too far.
Sammy, not only is she paranoid, right? How has she reacted? It's not even the information that she has, right, and that she possesses. How has she reacted when remember when Irish Badass was like, oh, and everyone, there was a rumor going around that she was gonna help with a documentary style KJ cult thing or whatever, and Tina lost her freaking marbles on stream and had a meltdown and was like, I'm leaving, and like erased a group. Like, her behavior on top of the extreme measures makes her look pretty strange, in my opinion. That's just my opinion, though. So Captain T says, we're literally on a live now discussing KJ, so nearly every day. Aren't we all pretty much obsessed at this point? Come on, Tina is not the only one doing so.
It's the level of obsession.
Yeah, I don't think you're listening to the whole level
like,
thing.
Captain T, seriously, I think that Tina might know what time KJ does or has her bowel movements.
Well, it was weird to me when I talked to Tina. Like I said, she was a nice lady. I don't have. We talked about recovery, whatever. She was a decent person. But what sticks out to me in my brain when I think back to those conversations is she said she got in this community around the same time I did, like around the Amber, Portwood, whatever. From what I remember, maybe a little bit before that. It wasn't like years and years. Like KJ's like, oh, she's one of the people that have been doing this for years and years and years. But like the way Tina worded it to me, from what I remember, was not that long ago. Like, it really wasn't. So that kind of doesn't make sense to me. And listen, if I'm wrong about Tina, I will own my nasty and say I am sorry, yada yada. But my gut feels uneasy with the level of obsession. It just does. I don't know.
And I
Her
think that when
behavior.
she took her break, she even admitted herself that it had gotten to a level
Right.
of unhealthy obsession. We're not saying anything that Tina herself didn't already say on a live stream.
Yeah,
True. She did
and she
admit it. You're
has.
right. Yep.
She
She
has
did.
said that.
And I
And
said, I don't even watch Katie's videos. You guys know that. Y'all know exactly how I feel about it. If it doesn't bring me joy, I don't go there anymore.
yeah, I can't tell you the last time I watched a Katie video, to be honest with you. I mean, it's just hard for me to even sit through them at this point because I know her motives like the back of my hand, that it just makes me nauseous. So Katie says, it wasn't that because SM had his reality TV series thing planned about creator harassment. Um I don't think it had to do with Steve, right? Who did it have to do with? Was it Tipster? Irish
It
Badass?
was Tipster, yeah.
Yeah. So the rumor was that Irish Badass, because she's a mod for Tipster, I think, or and a friend of his,
They're
right?
Mod and I think a friend.
Yeah, a mod and a friend.
Like really good
And
friends.
right, and the rumor was, I don't even know how it started, that she was infiltrating this quote unquote community to expose the cult like behavior of the KJ haters or whatever. And when Tina got wind of that, it was like a wrap. It was like meltdown mode status and everything, and she bounced. She was like, I can't do this anymore. She started crying on the stream. It was just really weird energy.
It was very odd.
Well, they were
It was.
talking about, I think they were talking about Irish Badass and did some stuff. And Irish Badass was telling the truth about what they were doing in
Yep.
that room or whatever. And they came into like this little red stream and they were trying to shut her down. And
Yeah.
then Tipster's like, maybe I should look into the anti KJ community. And the next thing I know, some people were in a Discord that weren't there before,
Yep. Thank
begging
you,
for
Stacy.
mercy.
Yep, that is correct. I'm glad you refreshed my memory. So much has gone on, dude. You guys, thank you, Crazy Conflict. I appreciate that. Lisa says, Izzy, why did they even have KJ on? I don't know. Entertainment. That's why. I don't
Captain
even know.
T is really wanting us to answer for everyone tonight, y'all. I'm sorry, but I've
What's
never
Captain
yelled
T?
about anyone being obsessed or doxxed or like I'm not. Why do I have to answer for what other people are complaining about? I don't
Tina was
understand.
doxxed at one point also. I don't even remember that, but I'm not gonna say it didn't happen. But I see some of you getting doxxed and become obsessed about it. Why? I mean, who are we to say how obsessed someone should get about someone else after being doxxed? When you have files labeled by who was spoken about, what the date was, yada yada yada, and you're in that deep, it's not healthy. It's not healthy. I'm sorry, Captain T. I can't see eye to eye with you on this. I appreciate your opinions, and you're right. We all are, but and I wish I still had my Twitter because when I was ever sent those screenshots, now I told this on my Instagram, I'll tell it here. Somebody had hit me up like, you really need to watch over this Tina person because of X, Y, and Z. Now, when someone tells me that, I'm like, okay, I get that a lot. Like, watch out for this person, whatever. But they started sending me screenshots of what these people were doing, right? And the links they were going to keep track of everything KJ. And I was creeped out. I was like, wow, this is really, really weird. Like, it was labeled date, time, spoken about this happened when, blah, 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 blah. Like, it was extreme KJ. Like, these people are the gold medalists of KJ hate. They are. They are. It's weird. I don't know why. I don't know why. Even after talking to Tina, like, she never gave she just disliked her like the rest of us. It just was extreme. That's
You had
all.
people paying to be her member just to stay in her discords.
Jesus.
Like, if I hate someone, I'm not going to do that.
I don't get it. Stina, thank you, Stina. Stina says the Reddit has the same amount of info. Most people have the same people involved. Why is the Reddit more acceptable to people? And I think it's because of Tina's weird behavior. I think that, in conjunction with it, makes it really sketchy. I think that's a big red flag. And do you
Well,
guys
and
remember
the secrecy of the way the Facebook group was ran, because you had to send a request, be examined, answer, like for
the
the
way
Reddit.
she acted when I left the Facebook group was so weird. Why did you leave? I'm like, well, I got mixed up with my real account, and people saw my daughter's father saw my picture in the T-spiracy, and like, plus I don't really need it. But why did you really leave? Well, that's why I really left. I mean, I don't really need it, and people, my family got mixed up with my family recommendations, whatever. And she was like, "Are you sure? Are you sure? Are you sure?" It was like she was like looking for an undercover reason of why I left. It's like she kept like pushing me for like an answer, and I'm like, why does she care so much? Like it was strange. It was, as much as the girl never wronged me, and as much as I had it was wicked strange. I'm sorry, it just was. Like there are so many things that I'm not even thinking of right now that just keep popping into my mind that were just strange. And you're right. The without a crystal ball, Reddit, yada yada, but you have a meltdown when someone starts a rumor and you leave the stream crying and you delete the Facebook and you have paranoid you know when you do paranoid looking things, I mean you're gonna draw attention to yourself, just like what happened to Jenifer. Like she got paranoid, KJ treated her city like, and then all of a sudden she was guilty. Like people who are wrong usually have behaviors like that. So that's why I kind of understand the KJ thing. But if she never tweeted your city, then she would have never caused you to be paranoid. You know what I mean? So, like I said, if I'm wrong about Tina, I'll own my nasty, but it doesn't feel right to me right now. That's it. That's really it. You
Well, and
know?
that's the thing is a lot of us aren't obsessed. The fact that we're talking about, I until Katie made the choice to announce my city and then, slide up in my DMs and accuse me of crimes, I hadn't watched a stream of hers in probably 2-3
Right.
weeks.
I feel the same.
So,
Maya Diva Blogger. Yep.
I
I
couldn't tell you the last time I watched one of her streams. It has been so long, I could not tell you.
Reddit has rules. Reddit definitely has rules. Here's the thing, those Reddit people, they take that group seriously. Like you ain't doxing nobody in there. Katie's like, they
You ain't
doxing
talking
niggas
about
that
her kid on there.
what?
no,
No.
no, no, they don't
No,
allow
they
that.
don't let no one do that stuff on there. But,
And that's the
according to the Facebook.
difference. That's the difference. The Facebook had that information.
Well, and it's
Like,
also public. Anybody can go to Reddit and go to RWOACB. Private
And then
Facebook groups that you have to like be vetted to get into. Why are you being so private if you're wanting people to see her bad behavior? You're doing something you shouldn't be. Otherwise, you would be wanting everyone to join to show this bad behavior that you've noticed.
and that's
right.
exactly right, Silver Turtle Lady. They have chat transcripts, it sounds like, of almost every single video. And there's no reason for that. Like,
Yeah.
why? What is
Yeah.
the
And then
reasoning?
then you got freaking Erin who apparently said, now I didn't see it myself, so correct me if I'm wrong. She said that like I only had Katie's rape stuff documented because she threatened to sue me. No, 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 no. You people have everything documented. Who you trying to fool here? Stop lying. Everything. But yeah, I just wanted to jump on real quick and talk about this because it was just crazy. And you know, maybe you guys are right about uni. I'm not too big to admit that I felt awkward about that whole
I
uni
couldn't
thing.
imagine my husband's face if I had to keep going and buying hard drives so that I could download transcripts and videos.
Oh,
I
that
just
would be
need one
bad.
more hard drive. I just need one more. Yeah, I know. It's creepy, dude. It's creepy. I'm sorry, but Lisa, thank you for going live. Thank you. Yeah, I'm probably gonna end it though. It is getting pretty late, but yeah, this is just a gold mine of just laughable behaviors. So thank you for that, Lisa. Happy birthday, Shermar. You're the bomb, by the way. Thank you very much for taking
Oh,
time out to mod. And yeah, if you need an efficient, I'm licensed. An efficient for what? Am I missing something?
Irish Badass is in the chat, so I'm sorry if I butchered your story earlier. If you go back and listen,
My story?
Irish Badass is in the chat. I said, I'm
Oh.
sorry if I butchered their story earlier.
Oh, did I? Hold on, I missed one thing here. Give me 1 second.
What do you want for Christmas? Hard drives.
Craze Conflict, sorry. Craze Conflict, I only sent $1 the first time. I'm so big. Stacy Bubbles, I love your voice. T-Spiracy, I love everything about you, my blonde bombshell. Well, thank you very much, Craze Conflict. I appreciate
Thanks, Christ.
that.
Thanks. I
know,
seem
right?
to miss myself on there.
I know, right? Well, you got away with your crime tonight, Jenifer, so I
I
think you're
did.
good.
I did. I you know, I was trying to imagine myself in orange, and it just doesn't show off my my pale complexion.
No, orange is the new black. Get familiar, all right, guys? All right, everybody have a good night. I'll talk to you guys soon.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye. Thanks for coming on.